Christopher Udeagha is a senior lecturer in the School of Computing and Information Technology, Faculty of Engineering and Computing, and University of Technology, Jamaica. He is the holder of an MBA and a Bachelor of Engineering degree in Electrical and Electronics Engineering Technology, with major in Electronics and Computer Engineering from the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Nigeria, Masters of Science degree in Digital Technology from the University of West Indies in 2008. Our next speaker for this morning is Engineer Christopher Udeagha.
Thank you for this opportunity to discuss on the topic, the role of blockchain and beyond 5G networks. Before I continue, I have to thank the organizers of this forum, the VP, Melissa, Marketing, and the President and the Council for giving me this opportunity. So far, we are working on this 5G, and we're actually in charge. I'm actually in charge for its deployment in Jamaica. And we have met a number of stakeholders, including the Prime Minister, who handed us to Minister of Science. So we are working on that, but 5G we can't keep the summit here virtual. If we do it virtual, like we're doing today, it's going to be like an academics. So based on that, we slow our moves to wait when we come to face-to-face. But before we go into that, we have to discuss some other areas in 5G, which I mentioned about last year. I mentioned about its implementation. Today, we are going to look at blockchain and beyond 5G, because we cannot remain only at 5G. Overview, introduction, wireless evolution, 5G itself is within the wireless. Blockchain networks, the key 5G characteristics, 5G, 6G securities and taxonomy, drivers of software-defined network function virtualization, and 5G network, and then the summary. Presently, 6G wireless network is still undergoing thorough researches in the academic institution and industry, while the 5th generation wireless network are on way to be deployed around the world. 5G technologies are targeted to support various applications by connecting heterogeneous devices and machines with drastic improvement in terms of high speed, quality of service, increased network latency, and enhanced system throughput. However, 5G systems still remain a number of security challenges that have been mentioned by researchers and organizations, including decentralization, transparency, risk of data interoperability, and network privacy and vulnerability. Continue, this paper provides a state of integration of blockchain with 5G network and beyond. Our main focus is on 5G blockchain for enabling key 5G technologies, including cloud computing, edge computing, network function virtualization, network slicing, and device-to-device communication. We then explore and analyze 5G privacy and security provisions. 5G blockchain provides high security for 5G network involved in decentralized ledgers. It helps secure the 5G network by providing distributed trust models with high access authentication, in turn enabling 5G systems to protect themselves and ensure data privacy. Now, the evolution, like we mentioned, how do we could have jumped to 5 without starting from 1. If you look at here, 1G is fully analog. Some of us were not born when we wind the phones. We have 0 to 1, 0 to 9. We can dialing, rounding it, that's purely analog. Then we moved, that was around 1980s and below. Then within 1990, we moved into 2G. In the 2G, we have Wi-Fi standard. And by 1995, we have 2.5G, which is also a little bit above the Wi-Fi, because after Wi-Fi, we have WiMAX, and WiMAX is when we can have internet mobility, internet in the car, internet in buses, internet in the aircraft. Now we have our 2G, and within the we have the 3G, within the 3G, which cover both time division, code, multiple access. And now the 4G, which is 4G LTE. And 4G standard gives us the standard of IEEE 802.16. And today we're talking about 5G. Even when we never get 5G in Jamaica, but many countries have already gone into deployment of 5G. We're working on each deployment because some of the stakeholders are still looking some problems. Some have said involving COVID, but last paper have defined that 5G has nothing to do with COVID. Actually, we have COVID in Jamaica now, but there's no 5G in Jamaica. Now, on 5G, we're also talking on 6G. If we continue here, we will see, based on what I've said now, you can see the, from 1995, GSM, Global Station Mobile Communication, 3G, long-term LTE, which is a 4G standard, long-term LTE advanced, then 5G. If you look at 5G, you see we're talking in 2020, by 2025, then 6G is expected to be launched because technology cannot stay one place. We keep on moving ahead. And if you look at the left side, you see the speed, which we are getting, because the higher the speed, the smaller the time, because the relationship between the time and frequency are inversely proportional. So if your flash drive is 1 gig, it means you're expecting the execution to be in 1 nanosecond. And if your flash drive is in terahertz, then you're expecting in picoseconds. So we continue. Blockchain is the really where we are. The blockchain is talking about the deployment, and blockchain entity, which is that is computer requests a transaction. The transaction is broadcast to all the nodes through the peer-to-peer network. The network of nodes validate the transaction using public key. So you see how the chain is moving, and this is verified. The verified transaction is linked to other transactions, created a new data. Then the new block is appended to the existing blockchain, and then the transaction is complete. This is what we are expecting about the blockchain of the 5G network. Also, blockchain continued because we just said the primary part of it, because 5G you have to use some high-grade mass antennas to transmit signals. You can see global caching, 5G call link, blockchain-enabled edge computing, device-to-device communication, blockchain-enabled edge computing, and loss of site communication, and so on. We continue. What 5G and advanced communication system is all about? What is this for 5G all about? Smart wearables. We are going to the age where RFID, radio frequency identification, will be doing a lot. We put RFID on your hand, you can be monitored. We put RFID on cows, animals, they can be monitored. Because if you're, I don't know if Jamaica is fully into the rearing of cow, because they give them ranching. Ranching, they play, they kept them. What happens if the cow goes outside the ranching area? Then you can only be tracked through the RFID. Some big criminals who have been told not to move within some locality have been given some chips. So with this call it smart wearables. We can also put smart wearable for those who work in oil shop, oil well, where you explore oil. Because some of these ozones, gases are detrimental to our health. And in this case, they put smart wearable on your body. This smart will determine how long you work. Not like we here in academics, 65 years because talking about retirement, or 60 years talking about retirement. But the smart wearable in your body can detect. You can serve only in oil industry 10 years because you are well paid, and nobody wants you to be infected by the diseases. Nobody wants you to be affected by health based on the oil, water coming out, gases coming out from the oil. Now, smart mobility, you can see cars, smart parking, electronic health, traffic priority, dormitory for campuses, entertainment apps beyond imagination. We can see a lot of things that 5G can be able to bring to us. Smart security surveillance, utility management, car-to-car mobility, and water quality management. 5 key characteristics of 5G. New flexible radio access, which we call that, waveform. New flexible physical layer, 3GGP 5G. New radio, ultra-low latency, millimeter wave communication. New spectrum, you can see if we if we use MATLAB to simulate this waveform, you will see the level of the frequency from gigahertz to 100 giga. Though where some of the quantum machines are using hexa and terahertz frequency. Millimeter wave, small cell complement, and sub 6G gigahertz macro cells. Massive MIMO, multiple input and multiple out. LTE long-term MIMO already deployed with 64 transit and receive. Identification of small cells and wireless black hole access integration. 5G characteristic continuous software-defined network. This area people have asked, what is software-defined network? These are the device drivers that are in the software that we can be able to protect the attacks and intrusions, protect it from all forms. And this way 5G is playing a lot of power. We are getting there as we move on. Network function virtualization. What are you talking about network function? We have one computer in my office and about 20 in the air, in the cloud. It will save a lot of storage. That what we call virtual network. We can set up our conference to be on virtual, one machine, and others are connecting from different places. This is what we call cloud, and this is where we bring in the private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. Closed loop automation, orchestration, mobile edge cloud, network slicing, cloud radio access network, like CRAM, heterogeneous network, multi-tiered network, macro cells, multi-radio access, device-centric architecture, native machine type communication, and Internet of Things, massive number, always on devices, and vehicle communication already defined by LTE cellular V2X. 5G and beyond security perspective, 5G security have cyber security risks to 5G. 5G enabled security opportunities, risks to 5G enabled application, which includes the user cases. Risks to 5G enabled network infrastructure. The progress of 5G and beyond revolution may well be hindered if security are not tackled. We're talking about 5G, but if security are not tackled early on why the system are being designed, standard and deployed. So what we are doing now is to handle the security aspect of it, why the system is going there, so that it will not affect our health, maybe because of radiations. Now, key pillars of 5G and beyond security, I mentioned software-defined network, open source API, network slicing, virtualization, optimization, data security, predictive security monitored, supply chain security, edge security, and virtual RAM security. 5G threats, there are some threats we are going to see here. On 5G, we have attacks by mobile endpoints because of this operating system. These are attacks. Attacks on radio interface. Attacks from physical access. Attacks on physical access to transport network. Virtual attacks by third party. Data modification and data leakage. That is inside attacks. API-based attacks. Attack from Internet of Things and other network, compliant network of elements. And attack from other devices, which will attack from other devices, including roaming network and theft of service and eavesdropping. The thing is going to go to the next slide. Sorry, I want to go to the next slide, but it's like the system is hanging. Sorry, seeing the system is hanging. Sorry, I have to share. Okay, security as service, predictive let me go back a little bit. Okay, network slicing, opportunity, challenges, and mitigation risk. These are network slicing. What does it mean? Security opportunities, potential security challenges, potential mitigation, risk security, and threat likelihood. Security as a service, very important, predictive security within artificial intelligence and machine learning. This orchestration, internet cloud services, customer cloud services, data analytics, malware and mobile devices send malformed IP packets directed to customer and cloud services. Security advantages of SDN network function virtualization. Comprehensive view of SDN and network function virtualization, which includes security advantages. These are security advantages. We are going to get real-time capability, real-time scaling, absorb ADDOS attack, and real-time integration, centralized control management function security enabled at design time, security that exceeds existing perimeter and multi-vendor security service. Other security opportunities include the DOS attack resilience. I mean, this will stop system from protecting attack on when anything comes, and when the preventive attack, when to protect system from being attacked. When there are two types of attack, the direct and the preventive attack. So continue. Orchestral instantaneous new MOM scale to VDM function to accommodate more queries becomes multiple recursive DN and servers responding to the victim. These are likely attacks we are expecting from the 5G, but their protections are 100% assured. Now, future network initiative organization structure. What do you mean by future network? Because we keep on working on what will happen ahead. We have education group, education working group, publication working group, roadmap working group, conference event working group, standard working group, content community development working group, test bed working group, and industry management working group. I'm on educational working group. This is why I'm a member of chair for the 5G World Forum. I'm one of the Korean co-chairs in 5G World Forum. Now, IEE International Network Generation Roadmap Structure and Working Groups. I explained already. We have the access, the network system, the system standard, and enable users. Access, you have to have access to the network. We have, when we talk about the network, we have 7 layers. And network layer is the 3rd layer, and the standard, which already established by IEE. And user enablers are we, end users, when we're connecting to the system. Now, international network generation roadmap working group. These are the levels, like I mentioned, the working group team, application service, edge automation, hardware, massive multiple input, multiple output, test beds, satellite, security, standard building, deployment, system optimization, optics, connecting the connected, and energy efficiency. Summary. Network needs to be designed to be adaptable, resilient, and flexible to support emerging applications. 5G network gives rise to additional security pillars that offer both inbuilt security opportunities and challenges. Opportunity, which include resiliency, automation, isolation of mission critical application, and edge detection. Challenges, which include side channel attack, inter-slice communication, resource starvation, orchestration attacks. A systematic approach to threat analysis and threat taxonomy is essential to understanding associated risk and mitigation techniques. Finally, a careful analysis of existing security control is necessary to investigate the gaps in mitigating the new threats. Implementing best current practice to augment security controls to mitigate the risks associated with the new threats. Collaboration among operators, vendors, regulators, and academia is very essential. And this is why we are connecting, not only we are opportune to be recognized from the University of Jamaica as one in the country and in Caribbean within this research area, because there are many other universities in the world which are working on this 5G and 6G and next generation mobile network. Standard, we have to establish standard like IEEE 802.15, IEEE 802.16, and many other standards that are established to determine whether the network is wired network, whether the network is wireless network, and if it is wireless network, which standard. And test bed, because they need to be tested, which is very, very catalyst to virtualization. Thank you. These are some references, and thank you. I don't know if you have any question. You can stop sharing.
Thank you, Mr. Udeagha, for that presentation. Quite in depth. Let me see if there are any questions for you. I think everybody's a little shy. President? President, you had something for Mr. Udeagha?
Any question? I made my presentation very brief. Any question?
Please remember that you can ask your question by the raise hand feature, or by in the chat room. Do we have any question for Engineer Christopher Udeagha, VP 1000?
No questions just yet. Oh, we have a question here, just popped up. Person is asking, will 5G technology be able to do holographic videos? If yes, what are the challenges for that?
Yes, with 5G, we are going to get videos, we are going to get data, we are going to get tests, we are going to get everything at very, very minimal cost. Video, one of the things that costs a lot of bandwidth. Remember, bandwidth is coming with, 5G is coming with a very good bandwidth to minimize all this. So the challenges we are going to have is really little or nothing, apart from other security issues where people are looking at on 5G in terms of attacks which were being taken care of. But in terms of video, that will be no problem because 4G already can carry out video. Though video takes a lot of 4G already taking video, then 5G will take video at lowest comparative advantage. Any other question?
Are there any other question for Engineer Christopher?
Yes, there's another one here. Someone is asking, please articulate the link with blockchain briefly again, please. And is 5G enabling technology being pushed?
Well, I will not talk about because cryptocurrency has been, even they have contacted me in England about cryptocurrency. The only thing there is that when 5G comes, data can move very fast. Communication rate will be very fast because if you see the frequency, we are getting about 100 gigahertz or 100 tera. You see the time, because I already said the relationship between the frequency, which is the speed, and time is inversely proportional. Once the frequency is high, the time is small. If your flash drive is 1 gig, it means the execution is 1 nano. Inverse of 1 times 10 to the power 9 is equal to 1 times 10 to the negative 9. Then in terms of cryptocurrency, this is what they want to use to control the world. It will help in fast tracking it, trending power, but the guarantee of cryptocurrency is what I will not assure you, because some persons have invested in cryptocurrency and lost. I will not say 5G will guarantee you the security, because you can buy it and tomorrow it drops. I've been contacted to invest in England The little one I invested, I could not make profit. So any person investing, actually when it comes on online, person have to be careful, but 5G will only enable the world, because the only way we can move around the world is through the ICT, information and communication technology, which 5G is propagating. Thank you. Is there any other question?
Yes, we have a raised hand from Howard Barrett. You can go ahead with your question. Howard Barrett, you can go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Good. No, I'd asked about the holograph because I wanted to know if, I mean, you know, could somebody just create a holograph so that you just see it in front of your vehicle and you're not sure whether or not it's something real or unreal, and thus be used in a negative way to you know, create people to stop and then maybe attack them?
Yes.
How would you know when it is real, something is real or not real?
Well, 5G has also given us opportunity for virtual. And when we talk about virtual, we mean it's not 100% real. If we, when I was studying in Germany, I've gone to movie world. Movie world, I was there. You will see somebody shoot gun and you see the bullet coming to you. Many of the people will be crying, but nothing. When the bullet comes to you, you see that it's not like, hey, nothing we thought this. So for holographs, 5G will carry a lot of virtual images, entertainment places, where in entertainment, they can be displaying the show in any part of the world and we'll be watching it here. And also on the car. Yes, it's possible to have it used to create a virtual image and which will create a factor and allow for possible, as for in terms of accident, I will let you know that. What we see in front of our, if you are driving, especially when you are driving on a road and it's very sunny, because of physics, you will see some reflection in your front. You look at front, you look at there as if there is water and there's no water. This is because of refraction, and interference. So those ones are very, very natural. So 5G will not create that because those ones are happening if you are driving on a very good big road, especially where we have four-way road and you're on speed, you see something in the front. By the time you get there, you find that it is shadow. This as a result of refraction and refractions. And these, some of them are due to total internal reflection. It also happened to the pilots. This way pilots have to use their radar to monitor themselves. If they miss their track, then they can collect. These are natural things. 5G will not create this thing by itself because they are already there. Any other question?
All right.
Good.
Yeah. And
Thank
also,
you, Mr. Barrett.
I also like to use a second to add that people said 5G, that was covered last time, 5G technology, COVID-19 through our mind. We already have COVID-19 in Jamaica. Going to variants, yet no 5G. So the ordinary ionization in our house by ordinary Wi-Fi we have will be more than that of 5G. What causes ionization is the rate of penetration of these rays into your body, which are coming from the antenna. These are the things that detrimental. This is why we are not expected to enter JPS power station. And you're also not expected to go to mast antenna. If you go there, you're taking risk. But 5G, we can only have effect of EMA, electromagnetic radiation, but not as much as what we are having now. And electromagnetic radiation cannot transmit even droplet of COVID, droplets of sneeze, because they are air. If 5G is transmitted through the airwaves, then there will be weapon of mass destruction. This is why IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency, are going around for people go into weapon of mass destruction. Because if you go into weapon of mass destruction, ordinary ozone you can take a helix, breathe it, and there is no risk. Then people will be dying. This is what affects people who are working in oil industry. When I make oil industry, where they refine and produce oil themselves, like excavos and focados, we don't have those type of oil rig in this country. Okay, any other question?
I think Mr. Barrett has a follow-up question.
He has a question.
Mr. Barrett,
Yeah.
you want to unmute your mic and
Yes,
ask a follow-up question?
Aren't the 5G antennas much lower than the towers that we see for 4G, and also in a more condensed, in other words, you have much more antennas within the same area that you would have like antennas?
Yeah, 5G antenna will be spread out. Like if you're moving from Kingston to Montego, you are expected to see a number of JPS stations. Why do you see JPS station? Because we're physics, Ohm's law. If wire goes long, the longer the wire, the longer the resistance. Therefore, if you run a wire from here to Montego, there will be a voltage drop. Why do we have voltage? Because of current times resistance, which is voltage. Then in terms of 5G, more antenna will be very close. That's the only area we're talking about. We have more antenna. Why the antenna coming close? To avoid loss of signal. Because if antennas are spread out, then there will be loss of signal. So that's another thing on the challenge, because the more the antenna are close, the more the signal from point A to point B are recovered and then transmitted accordingly. This is why in Jamaica you can get 110 in Kingston and get 110 in Montego, because voltage need to be constant, because the power stations are placed in such a way that we can maintain this voltage. Otherwise, if you have power station here and Montego and run the line, you can get 110, and before you get Montego, you can get less than 110 volts, and that will affect our current, which powers to the houses. Okay, what is the relationship between 5G and LDI and Li-Fi technology? Well, these are just like we have Wi-Fi, MiFi, WiMAX. These are the things. The 5G will bring all these type of things in. It will help us in propagating the signal. Many persons will all talk about Wi-Fi, wireless fidelity. What of WiMAX? Wideband interoperability means Wi-Fi is now higher, that you can pick Wi-Fi on a train. I used bus from Germany to England, double decker. I stay in my bus and I'm punching my computer and my tablet. Why? Because internet is there. I was sleeping in a train from Germany to Australia. I don't want to pay for hotel. Why? Because it's easier for me to take night train and go to Australia, and in the morning I do my business and come back. In my room, they have internet. Because of what? WiMAX. And we have LTE as well. So Wi-Fi will bring all those Li-Fi, I mean high speed internet, but less harmful to our health. That's what I would guarantee. Less harmful to our health, because everybody is afraid of what? Electromagnetic radiations, which even the X-ray doctors do. You're not expected or advised to do X-ray more than maybe 5 times in a year, because each X-ray we go and pick what we are doing, maybe magnetic resonance imaging. You can detect the bone, but it kills the cells. So the more you do it, it will solve problem, but it weaken to the cells. So based on that, the electromagnetic radiation from 5G will be completely not harmful to our health. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Mr. Udeagha. There's another question here for you. Is 5G needed for countries' economy to support or use cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin?
Yeah, somebody already mentioned 5G will support a lot of things in the country. In terms of Jamaica, I think when I went to workshop in PCI building, they said, I want to go to government electric. They want to set up some so that electrical, they can be able to inspect houses, automation. So for you to do that, you need high speed. That's where it will bring a lot of things to economy. But somebody already asked about cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is already available. 5G will support it. but not that 5G will guarantee you the security of it. Nothing wrong if you involve into cryptocurrency, but it is just like myself buying dollar. You have dollar today, it will fluctuate. Sometimes you invest and you lost. 5G will not guarantee you that you if you go to business, you are going to win, but it will guarantee you the speed of operation, the transmission time, propagation time, and extremely low latency. Extremely low latency was covered in my previous presentation as part of advantages of 5G. Why are we thinking about 5G? Because we are looking at an opportunity. We can go around the world, communicate the whole world with little or less time. That's what 5G will be able to help us. Speed up operation, speed up manufacturing, include robotic operations, this and then improve the economy. Because if we deploy 5G in Jamaica, it will be very great economy. We have even worked with some of the companies, including Digital Flow. Can you work with 5G? I thought somebody would ask me about version 6, IPv version 6. Currently, Jamaica is still working with IPv version 4. But 5G will support version 6 to work. That's the problem some of the companies were saying. Why don't you move to version 6 to be able to support 5G? If you check the number of population in Jamaica, every family, children have tablets. And every tablet has an IP. Now, IPv4, which is at 2 bits, cannot support the population. It is depleting, it's going out. This is why we need IPv6. And this IPv will be 1.128 bits. If you see 2 to the power 32, you see the number of addresses we can contain. Now, do 2 to the power 128, you see that it will give us more facilities to be able to contain our children and all the age group in the country, to be able to access their tablet and then speed up operation on the network. I also like to mention to you, as you wake up in your morning, drive to your work, some go to transportation, some moving on the road. This is what happens on the internet. Some are driving on the ship today, some are moving in the ship, some boats, submarine are moving, some planes are moving on the air. The same thing that's what happens on the internet. If I run the software, you see how the packets are moving on the network. Then 5G will support this packet at high speed with a better firewall to check if you have your destination and source. If your destination and source are complete, you get through. If you don't know your destination, I don't know your source, you'll be arrested or you'll be destroyed. Just like police will pack you, you don't have driving license, they give you a ticket. You don't have driving license, you don't have vehicle particulars. It means you are no vehicle particular, no driving license. Police can carry the car. So it's on the initiative to decide whether to give you a ticket or get the car. So if any packet is doing its own normal work on the network, then the firewall will be there. If you watch on the security, there'll be high-scale firewall that will protect the 5G in terms of speed. Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much, Engineer Christopher. May I just ask VP Melissa if we have any further questions for Christopher?
Let's see. No, I don't see any more questions, but I know everybody's going to ask. Will you be sharing this presentation with the attendees, Mr. Udeagha?
Yeah, you are free to give anybody who is willing to. If anybody wants to ask me further question, I will be willing to answer. But I would like to let you know that within this, we have gone far, even met the Prime Minister, and Prime Minister handed off to the Minister of Science on its deployment. So we don't know what will happen, but we have to wait until after COVID-19. We have met spectrum management of Jamaica. We have met other stakeholders in the country who are within the spectrum area. And we are in discussion on how 5G will be deployed. But the minister said that, Minister of Science, that vow, when we had meeting, I think our President Rickett was attending one of the meetings, he said that it's high tech and we need time to study it, but we cannot keep anything that can get more than 10%. But 5G summit can bring in more than millions, especially not only millions of persons here, it will also bring some vehicles. Vehicle they call move truck community. The move truck is a truck they make for hazard in terms of hurricane. We call it for hazardous area. IEEE will supply those trucks. We also met with the president of CMU, Canadian Maritime University, who promised to bring this truck to the country. I didn't show those pictures. This truck is like a house that can contain half of a parish. There is internet, everything is there, and it can sustain more than 24 hours on the bush, no power. It has its own satellite, it has everything on it. Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much, Engineer Udeagha.
Loxon, a name that's trusted for premium performance. Now the Loxon family has a new member. That's Loxon self-cleaning acrylic coating. Engineered for exterior above-grade masonry substrates that require a clean, attractive look, this revolutionary coating provides high-performance protection with enhanced water shedding and dirt pickup resistant properties. It's no secret that over time, ordinary coatings become soiled or stained, either requiring extensive cleaning or costly repaints. But Loxon self-cleaning acrylic coating is formulated to be self-cleaning by shedding dirt upon rain or water contact, extending the life cycle of the coating and saving commercial property owners and managers thousands of dollars in maintenance costs.
Well, there's a lot of things I like about the Loxon product in terms of it's easy to apply. I put it on a textured wall here and it really went on evenly, consistently, and a big part of my job is pressure washing, and any product that can lower the amount of maintenance on a facility like this certainly saves time and money to the owner.
Like the other coatings in the Loxon line, Loxon self-cleaning acrylic coating has excellent weathering properties and UV resistance, and it's mildew resistant too, which means agents in the coating inhibit the growth of mildew on the surface of the coating. The breathable paint film minimizes the potential for blistering and has the flexibility to adapt to weather fluctuations. Loxon self-cleaning acrylic coating is suitable for application over properly prepared bare or previously coated concrete, masonry, or cement board surfaces. Color options are extensive in a flat sheen, and it has fewer than 50 grams per liter VOCs. The power of Loxon's proven performance, combined with the benefit of its self-cleaning formula, provides a great solution to offer your commercial property customers.
The electric motors are used in almost all industries. To avoid loss of production and profit, we need to have the right equipment for maintenance programs. Measurements of inductance, impedance, phase angles, or capacitance are not enough and do not represent the actual state of the art, according with IEEE and NIST organizations. The best practices for maintenance recommend the state voltage test and the surge test. Both tests are done applying high voltages. The tester will stop the test at the moment it identifies weak insulation. The state voltage test can identify weak insulation to the ground, while the surge test weak insulation between turn to turn in the windings. At Meyer Baker Instruments, we offer the best motor analyzer for motor maintenance programs according with actual international standards.
20 years since its construction, Port St. Charles continues to be a beacon for coastal projects in the Caribbean. Encompassing land development, shoreline preservation, ecosystem conservation, and disaster risk reduction, it includes many of the project aspects that Smith Warner has continued to work on over the years. We are proud to have been a part of the team that brought this marina development to life. Building on those same beginnings, we prioritize quality and the use of innovative approaches to solving coastal and marine problems throughout the Caribbean, while incorporating suitable responses to climate change issues. Our people are our strength, and we care because this is our home.
Engr is the world's leader in electrical test solutions. We are dedicated to creating safe, reliable, easy-to-use portable test equipment and to providing expert support locally.
Our customers use our products to make informed decisions about their most important assets. They can trust our products to give accurate results and are tough enough to work in the most demanding environments around the world.
Engr has been around for over a century, pioneering the world's first insulation tester back in 1903. Since then, we have developed worldwide with manufacturing facilities in Sweden, Germany, UK and the USA.
Engr is concentrated on simplifying the tasks of protection relaying with our reliable and robust test sets. Our flexible solutions speed up the testing process and thus reduce cost and downtime.
Engr offers the broadest range of transformer testing equipment in the industry. This allows a complete transparency of the health of the transformer, helping engineers to manage the life cycle of their most valuable assets.
Engr, and formerly SEPA KMT, has developed a high level of expertise in cable diagnostics and fault location. Electrical utilities look to us to help manage the conditions of their cables using an array of technologies to identify even the hardest faults to find.
Insulation testing of low voltage systems is where our company was founded. We pride ourselves in developing safe, reliable test solutions, but at a low lifetime cost and high performance.
The growing diversity of energy sources has increased the need for versatile testing systems. Engr offers a complete range of general electrical test equipment, including 5, 10, and 15 kV insulation testers, low resistance ohm meters, battery testers, power quality equipment, and many more. What all these products do is focus on productivity, safety, and a dependable performance wherever you need.
JIE Engineers share their expertise enthusiastically through regular training programs to customers and distributors. We also have local support teams available to help our customers with their day-to-day inquiries.
The goal is to provide the highest level of customer service, irrespective of location, language or channel.
Through working closely with electrical utilities, standards bodies and technical institutions, we strive to be at the forefront of the electrical test industry.
We value our relationship with our distributor network. In partnership with them, we provide the highest levels of technical service and easy access to applications engineers.
To ensure that we deliver real benefit to our customers, we continually invest into our people and into new technology.
We are extremely proud of our employees who are not only incredibly talented, but passionate about the needs of our customers.
The daily lives of our customers are demanding, complex, and often highly dangerous. We help make their lives safer and that bit easier by continuing to offer our support, our expertise, and our world-leading products.